welcome to a very special episode 400 of Square Roots, the classic RPG podcast.
Holy crap, it's 400.
We're interrupting your regularly scheduled Dragon Age Inquisition to do some reflection, to talk about the past, talk about the present, talk about the future of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a very special surprise for you guys that I think you're really going to enjoy.
I do like special surprises.
Yeah, me too.
I have a feeling I'm not going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling none of you are really. But so thanks for letting me do this with you and to you. But before we jump into that, how do you guys feel about being on a podcast that's had 400 episodes?
Old. I feel old.
Yeah, it's an
400 years
accomplishment. Yeah, I feel pretty good about it, to be honest. I think that we've all worked hard to keep it going. You know, we try to bring a positive energy to every recording, but we have lives and things go on and happen to us, and we've somehow managed to come together despite what's going on in our lives that maybe we're like not feeling like being entertaining, being fun. But I think that having time to just like every week, we know we have this block of time to just hang out and talk about video games. I think it's very helpful and healthy.
Especially during that pandemic. I think that really helped keep me sane during a crappy time for me and for everyone.
Yeah, it was like the one sort of routine thing that we had.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. We've been doing this consistently we're coming on 8 years. Which
That's
is
crazy. I've never done anything for 8 years. Like, I've never been...
I don't think I have either.
...in a job or a relationship or a school situation that was the same thing for 8 years. I guess as a child, like I lived with my parents for more than 8 years. Does that count?
Mm-hmm. Can you believe it doesn't feel real that Obama was president when this podcast started?
We were so
doesn't
happy.
feel real.
Everything seemed sparkly and shiny.
Mm-hmm.
But
What a weird time we've had in the intervening years.
yeah.
And by weird, you mean really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of us would have predicted either the political situation or the global health situation or, you know, multi-international conflict situation.
Mm-hmm.
But
time
maybe
to be alive and podcasting.
Yeah.
Was Trudeau was already prime minister, right? Was he prime minister in 2015?
None of us
I
knows
feel
the
like
answer
he
to that
was.
question.
I should probably know that. It was
How
2015.
long we started the
2016.
podcast? Was 2015?
No, 2016.
Oh yeah, 2016.
Yeah, I guess
I
we're being
remember
U.S.-centric again. Things are going fine in Canada, as always.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't know.
Remember that whole freedom protest where they locked up the Capitol for 2 weeks with their fucking trucks?
I do remember those trucks.
Oh, that sucked.
Boy, that was some fun news times, though, right? Like, a lot of good fun was had at the expense of truckers.
There's still... You know, there's still fallout from that, and currently, although it's being appealed, a federal judge has ruled that Trudeau should not have used the emergency acts to clear out the trucks because it wasn't a big emergency. I'm like, yeah, it kind of was. Like,
yeah.
the border, I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Well, the U.S. currently has a little baby convoy going to protect our country from the evil migrants to the south.
Oh.
So,
Boy.
we're a domestic policy podcast now.
Well, let's remember all the fun pop culture things that have gone through since we started. I mean, there's been a ton. Like Sus, it's been a good one.
Sus was a thing.
Yeet. Remember when Vanessa was all about yeeting?
Oh, yeah. And Chugi.
Yeah, Chugi. Oh God,
Chugi.
yeah, Chugi.
I feel like I heard Chugi in a TV show or something recently.
Oh,
Can't
now
remember
you
what it
know.
was.
If it's on
No,
TV.
maybe it was in
It's
that
too
movie
late.
Bottoms.
It was what?
In that movie
Bottoms?
Bottoms.
Is that movie
Oh.
about
Yeah.
like the girls in the dance competition that was very controversial?
No, it's about a pair of high school lesbians who start a fight club so they can meet girls in their school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that sounds great.
It's really, really funny. It's got Ayo Edebiri in it. She's awesome. But yeah, so what else was there? We played, going back to Sus, we played Among Us. Is that what that game was called? Among Us?
Yeah.
Among Us?
Amongst Us?
Moon Goose.
Yeah. We did Zoom game things during the pandemic when everybody else was doing all that kind of stuff.
We launched
Remember
the
when we
hottest
all
new streaming
sang-
platform, Square Roots Streaming.
We did. We
Remember we're
decided
all
to
like-
innovate in 2023 or 2024 and finally get on YouTube.
The wrong
Remember-
YouTube, though, something we still have not figured out.
Jim,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
remember when right at the start of the pandemic, everyone was feeling bad, and we were like, you know what will make all the world feel good? If we release a video of us singing John Lennon's Imagine.
Yeah. If you look really closely, you can see cuts to your Square Roots host in the much derided Imagine sing along.
Was that one of the best pop culture moments? Or what about Kylie Jenner giving Pepsi to police?
Oh, that was great.
Oh, that was great. Remember John Krasinski started his online talk show during the pandemic to make people feel better and then immediately sold it for $100 million and
Yeah.
it went away forever.
Yeah, it went away forever. Some good news. I really liked the premise of that show. Why did it not become a thing?
Well, because he sold it for $100 million.
Yeah.
Why did somebody pay $100 million for that if they weren't going to do anything with it?
Well, remember when the Duchess of York and Prince Harry made one of the Duchesses and Prince Harry made a podcast for $150 million
Yes.
on Spotify, and they two
Released, one episode.
Yeah, I think it was just one episode.
Like,
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Fucking
and that was
royals,
money was
no
going to
work
charity.
ethic.
yeah.
We've done it 400 times. Really, it's probably closer to 500.
With all our bonus things
Yeah.
and things like that.
Factor in, yeah.
Not
all
to
our
mention
bonuses.
Instant Classic, because we don't talk about Instant Classic.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking about it because I was like, oh, I kind of want to do those Deus Ex games. And I'm like, well, you did cover the second one.
Yeah.
Mankind Divided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was on that
Instant
episode.
Classic. But
Yes,
you can't
you
even,
were.
no one can even listen to that episode anymore.
No,
so-
those are gone. That PC is dead. Oh, well.
I never played that one. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
it
Heard
was.
good things about it.
Both of those games were pretty fun. And now the newest one has already been canceled. Thanks, Embracer Group.
Yeah.
You're cool.
Oh man, yeah. We're in the era of Embracer Group buying all of our favorite properties and flushing them down the toilet.
Yeah,
I guess that was
remember
my
when
favorite
new
pop
versions
culture
of all
moment.
our favorite properties and then immediately fucking canceling them.
Yep.
Now,
What a
Jim,
waste of space.
Sierra was actually doing really well around Y2K. They had published a game called Half-Life for Valve, and that was selling really well, and their CD-ROM games were selling really well. Ken and Roberta Williams decided to sell their company to an online coupon company.
Yeah.
And that right at the beginning of Embracer, that reminded me of Embracer. I'm like, I think that this company is going to be down the toilet so fast, just like online coupon company that bought Sierra Online and just destroyed them within a year. Like within a year,
That's
Sierra
insane.
Online was gone, and it was like the second biggest video game or computer game maker. It's nuts.
It's pretty crazy.
I don't think it helped that genre was kind of dwindling.
Yeah.
I think interest
Yeah.
was waning. There
Gabriel
were bigger
Knight
and better
3
things on the horizon.
was not well received. I've never played Gabriel Knight 3. Have you, Vanessa?
No, I
Aren't
haven't.
there like 5 of those?
There's 3.
Oh.
And then I think Jane Jensen made like 1 or 2 like sort of off-brand Gabriel Knight 3s during the fan. What was that site where you fund things?
GoFundMe?
Like Kickstarter?
Yeah,
GoFundMe?
Kickstarter. Yeah, I think she made a couple of Kickstarter games after that.
What is Gabriel Knight's deal? Is he like a policeman or like a
No,
detective?
He's a sexy romance author, right?
They're always
Is he a
set in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, he was a sexy romance author who... Well, the second one was set in Germany.
Oh, really?
The New
Is he, like,
Orleans
solving
of
mysteries, though?
France. I mean,
He's an author
Europe.
and bookstore owner in New Orleans.
But
Is he solving mysteries?
Well, I don't want to spoil the ending of 1 because it sort of changes things up a bit.
So you're
He's
not
just
going
a
to tell me
cool
what
guy.
his deal is, or
No.
is he a
All
cool
right.
guy?
Play Gabriel
his
Knight, Sons of the
family-
Fathers on the podcast.
His family is secretly like demon hunters. They're like
Shadow
Oh.
Hunters.
yeah, and he has
I like
he finds
that.
out he has a secret castle in Germany that he moves into to become a demon hunter with his
What?
maybe love interest Grace. I really like Grace. Grace is a great character. And they're both really good in the FMV game is probably the best FMV game. I would say.
That's cool.
That's my hot take. Although
that the second one?
Phantasmagoria 2 is pretty good. Yeah, the second one. The werewolf one.
Yeah, I had that game.
That was good.
I think the best
Ooh,
FMV game
werewolf.
is Journeyman 3 Legacy of Time.
Really?
I was obsessed with that game.
That sounds like something we could do on a stream.
I would love to.
Speaking of FMV games, we did play some of those. We did some YouTube Let's Plays. We did the Phantasmagoria games, and we had a nice chat with the guy from Phantasmagoria 2.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Who you call? What did you call him? Curtis?
Yeah, that's his
I
name
kept
in the
calling him
game.
his character's name.
Yeah.
It's because his performance was so immersive that, you can only see
Yeah.
him as Curtis.
We
did
also had a
Harvester, one
great.
of the best games I've ever experienced.
That's
Don't
true.
remind
Harvester is
me.
amazing.
No.
I genuinely loved playing Harvester with you guys. That was
That was
so
really
much
fun.
fun. I'm sorry Vanessa hated it so
I hate
much.
I was
it.
so drunk by the end of that thing that I don't remember it.
Oh well,
Oh,
especially
man.
the last hour of that game is it reminds me a lot of those Elvira games and what was that Waxworks? Like it suddenly
Oh,
turns into
yeah.
like a actiony combat
Yeah.
game and
Yeah, Jim and I were
I
just talking about
remember-
that, I think, on the stream the other day, how the bizarre ending where you're suddenly like sword fighting ninjas or some shit.
Yeah,
while you're
I
shooting
remember
gangsters.
there's that one like really big fat guy who's eating a hamburger and he tries to kill you and you have to shoot him a bunch of times. Remember that
Well,
part?
isn't that what's her face's father?
No, that's a totally different encounter, but you
Is
do
that a
have to
sheriff
kill that
eats
fat
the
guy
pie?
too.
No,
Oh
that's someone
God!
else.
Remember
the
when
deputy?
you find the skull and the spine in the bed, and the sheriff goes, natural causes."
Yeah.
What about the
Harvester
deputy
or Phantasmagoria
masturbating?
2? That's Harvester.
That's Harvester.
Yeah,
God, that was a
that's
good game.
Harvester.
Do you remember how Vanessa like washed her hands 30 times in a row?
Yes.
Oh, Phantasmagoria,
Well,
that was great.
And that was bad pandemic times because my roommate and his boyfriend like passive aggressively shut my door because I was laughing too loud. And that like turned me into berserker mode. I got so angry.
We also had a bona fide successful Hollywood person on the show one time when we interviewed writer-director Billy Ray.
That was
Why did we
I'm
great.
gonna call him Billy D.
Because
that's
Shattered
someone
Glass
else.
is Jim's favorite movie.
Yeah, it started as a Twitter joke when Vanessa was making fun of me for liking Shattered Glass, and then Billy Ray popped up and he's like, She's talking about Shattered Glass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing about lockdown is it really gave us the opportunity to talk to some people who probably would be too busy to talk to us under other circumstances. But
Yeah, we interviewed the Dragon Age guy too.
Mark Dara, the executive producer of the Dragon Age games.
Is he related to Dara O'Brien?
Dara O'Brien?
Yeah.
He probably is. I mean, they have completely different names, and there's no real physical resemblance. But yeah, I'm sure they are.
Is he related to O'Brien from Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a great question, actually.
The podcast has also weathered the birth of a new console generation.
Oh yeah, that was touch and go. We
And
weren't
the
sure
birth
we
of-
were going to make it.
Several Square Roots children. Johnny became a father. Vanessa became a father. Jim became a mother.
It's true.
We've definitely had some
my-
listeners who have had children since we started, and it's always
true.
great
That's
to
true.
see.
My Series X became old enough to break, and I just got it
That's
back
true.
after it was fixed.
Mm-hmm.
My cat. You know, consoles are less breaky than they used to be, though. Like, people are like, oh, PlayStation 1 and 2 were so perfect. Those things died all the time. Like, my PlayStation 1, that disk drive stopped working after like 2 years, and you had to turn it upside down and stuff to get games to start.
Oh yeah, my PS2. I went through a number of PS2s.
I think I went through 4 PS2s, 3 or 4 PS2s, 4
That's too many
PS3s,
Dang.
two Xboxes.
What's wrong with you people? I don't think I've
never
ever broken
broken
a
a
console.
console,
I think
no.
maybe I had
Oh really?
No, Jim and I are just cool.
Yeah, I
Nice.
have 3
Hardcore
PS2s.
gamers.
I think
3
Aquarius is cool, but what do I know?
Aquariuses are
I think it's
cool.
because I used to take my PlayStation and Xbox like to friends' places to do LAN parties and stuff, or like to go see my mom, so they were packed in luggage, which is probably what destroyed them a lot of the time.
Yeah. No, a console never breaks. The Super Nintendo.
It's true, that thing could survive a tank attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mine still works, and it is from the 1990s. And I'm not talking
I'm
late
pretty
90s
sure
either.
Pretty sure the Switch has been Nintendo's console since the entire run of the podcast.
It's their longest. It's their longest
Yeah.
lived console. You know, I keep seeing Switch 2 this year, and I just can't believe it because why would they not like be announcing that and drumming up the hype? They haven't announced anything, so I think we'll probably still won't see it until 2025. I think they'll announce it this year. I think announcing it and then releasing it in the same year would be bizarre for Nintendo.
Sometimes they do those
Wonder-
Insta drops. Maybe they'll like announce it and be like, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
on sale now.
They're probably going to spend a full year trying to figure out what they're going to call this thing after the debacle that was the Wii U. Like, we can't call it the Super Switch. Grandmas won't get it.
I've got a quick game for you guys before we get into Jim's thing.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna name some fads from the 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
Or not name. I'm gonna read a description, and you'll tell me what this fad was.
Oh, that sounds
Oh,
fun.
I love that.
This dance trend had nothing to do with dental hygiene.
Flossing.
But it,
Oh, great
Yeah!
job, Jim. Wow.
Adults and kids were mesmerized by this wildly popular game, which involved chasing down the fictional blank
Pokemon
creatures.
Go.
Yeah.
Wow, great job, Matt.
Oh, nice.
This multiplayer word game was pretty hard to resist in the 2010s. So hard, in
Wordle.
fact, that Alec... Nope.
Words with Friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I forgot about that.
Me
I
too.
played that.
Oh, we've talked about these on the show. I think I claim to own one. If you've ever seen a kid suddenly start zooming down a sidewalk as if by magic...
Heelys.
Heelys.
Was that a 2010s thing? I thought that was a 2000s thing. I could be wrong.
I'm just reading a list here.
Oh, okay.
I think planking was 2000s thing, right?
I think it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm. More and more. I haven't even come close to getting one yet.
Okay. From Forbes calling them the must-have office toy for 2017 to the New York
Fidget
Times
spinners.
Yeah!
Oh, man. I gotta get quicker
so
on
on
the
trend.
draw.
Of all the internet challenges, this was the most horrifying. And yes, we
One chip
remember...
Cinnamon
challenge. Oh, cinnamon
challenge.
challenge.
Yes!
I did it. I did it.
That was a tie.
me.
I was gonna say bleach pod challenge or Tide Pod
Oh,
challenge.
Tide Pod.
Was this during the time of the podcast? NFL quarterback blank described his signature move as when you get down on a knee and start praying, as if everyone else
Tebow.
around. Yeah, was that
Ugh.
during our time?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think so.
Because he was in college for a while.
What did they call that? Wasn't there a term for what he was doing?
Tebowing, probably.
Yeah, T-Boy.
Oh.
I fucking hate
Oh,
that
just
guy.
called Tebowing?
And it was really funny when he completely fucking flopped in the NFL.
Yay!
that is
But he
pretty
still
funny.
got paid a lot of money because he loved Jesus, and that's all it took.
It's quite possible that Gwyneth Paltrow is behind the inexplicable popularity of this snack. In her 20
Human skin cells.
See?
In her 2013 cookbook, It's All Good, she described the fashionable food as the holy trinity of veganese,
Kale?
blank, and salt that makes this a favorite pair of jeans. So reliable and easy and always just what you want. Ever since become a staple of diners who fancy themselves foodies.
Avocado toast?
Yes!
Oh, wow.
Oh, good one.
Nailed
yeah,
it. I hope
good
you're
one,
keeping track of
Matt.
points because I'm winning.
You are winning.
Not only am
Now
I the
this
short
one-
champ, I'm the Johnny's Dumb Game champ.
This one is a year before the podcast, but I'm going to allow it anyways. It all started in early 2015 when someone posted a photo of a dress to Tumblr and challenged people.
Oh, the white gold dress.
Yes.
What color is that dress? Yeah.
Yep.
Was it a trend? What was it called?
It's
Just
the
like
white
guessing
gold
the dress, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
People got
Oh, that's
real
it for this
fucking mad
list.
about that.
It's white and gold.
The others.
That's what I saw too.
Yeah, I saw white and gold too. Apparently, if you're either indoors a lot or a night shift person, you see it as white and gold. But if you are someone who works during day shift and is outdoors a lot, you see it as blue and black?
Are you trying to tell me to go touch grass?
Yeah, Vanessa and Jim really outing themselves as huge
Yeah.
nerds.
Rude.
It's true. It's true. I don't like going outside. It's bugs out there. There's also been a number of technological and technology innovations since we started the podcast.
3D died
there
and
was-
VR is huge now for some reason.
VR. Yeah, VR is a big thing now. There's with the birth of a new social media platform that we know as TikTok.
Oh, I thought you were going with
Happened
True
2
Social
years
for
ago?
a second.
Oh yes, True Social, the platform for Patriots.
Don't forget about
Yeah.
Parlor.
Yeah,
Did
Parler,
Vine die?
yeah.
When did Vine sort of
2014,
phase out.
2015.
Yeah, that was 2015, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a thing. Twitter is now X, and it sucks.
Yeah, Twitter really fucked itself, and by fucked itself, I mean Elon Musk bought it and just flushed it down the shitter. Just
Yep.
It was his goal and
Now
or
there's
dream.
Yeah, there were a number of like Twitter replacements that have popped up. There's now Blue Sky and that other one that people were using for a while.
Hive?
Threads, yeah.
Threads,
Threads
Hive.
is just Threads is
Mammoth.
still a thing. Mammoth, that was the one I was thinking of.
It's funny
that
to remember that when we started the podcast in the very first season, we made a lot of jokes about Donald Trump being president because none of us
Yes.
believed it could possibly happen.
Well,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of
Did.
the well, we were dumb.
Very naive.
It's worth pointing
Yeah,
out.
we
that-
were.
I mean, I don't know how dumb we were. Like he did lose the popular vote and really just squeaked in there
Yeah,
with some
I think
electoral college
I-
bullshit.
Yeah, that wasn't the FBI guy talking about Clinton right before the election was.
Yeah.
Comey.
Yeah, thanks, James Comey.
Mhm.
But we can't go back down that road again.
Didn't your Billy Glass boyfriend do a movie about Comey or a series?
He did a limited series on Showtime called The Comey Rule that he wrote and directed.
I didn't think it was bad. I liked it.
Didn't it have Jeff Daniels in it? Didn't he play James Comey, or was he doing something in it?
And,
I don't remember.
Who played Trump? Glendon.
There's
Brendan
a picture.
Gleeson? Is that a person?
An ad.
I think you're right. It was Brendan Gleeson.
There's an ad on CNN saying you're allowed to do anything you want in this game. And that sounds like it's going to be one of those ones with like the big-breasted ladies and the lava that's going to burn someone.
You won't last 15 minutes playing that game, Johnny.
It's for Star Trek Fleet Command, and you're not allowed to do anything you want in that game. It's Star Trek Fleet. It's like a money strategy game. It's like a Clash of King Clash.
And you can't
thing.
break the Prime Directive, famously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking as someone who works in the advertising, I guess, industry, they need to regulate what people are putting in those native advertisements on sites like CNN. There's people making all kinds of crazy claims in those ads.
Yeah, I saw one that was, I think I've talked about this on the show, like the guy from The Bear and Gene Wilder. And it's like celebrity grandparents who look just like their kids. And definitely not related.
Or it's like, doctors hate this one weird trick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, drink a gallon of vinegar to make your dick big.
This friend of mine who I've been flirting with for like a decade or more, he was telling me how he spent money on Starfleet, that Starfleet Fleet Command game, so that he could bully someone off, because this guy was like camping a spawn spot or something, and he spent like $100 so he could get the most powerful ship, and then bullied the guy off the platform. Like, quit forever.
My brother played that game for like a year, and he's not a Star Trek person.
I feel like there's
also,
never
let
been.
me just hang on. I got to write this down. Drink a gallon of vinegar to make dick big. Okay.
Oh, is that from CNN's suggested page?
I mean, if you guys want to get like real talk for a minute, can we discuss, was the intention, do you think, of the First Amendment guaranteeing the freedom of speech to allow people to lie to other people to scam them out of money?
No.
Because that sure seems to be how it's interpreted these days.
Yeah.
Well, that's called
freedom
fraud.
Freedom of speech mostly just seems to cover your ability to lie to people about things, but otherwise, a lot less so.
It also is meant to cover, the ability to insult someone and not face any consequences for it, and
or
what's an amendment?
Violence.
Yeah.
What's a First Amendment? I don't know. Put that in terms I understand.
Don't fucking lie. You know all of our amendments. You know all of our presidents, and we don't even know where your country is located.
Sucks.
You're America's hat, and it's
That's the great thing about being American. Everyone knows everything about you, and you don't have to know anything about anything. Because we're the greatest country in the world.
Boy, great job,
I have a
Jim.
special
Great
surprise. Yeah.
Because this has turned into the politics podcast, and our listeners are going to
keeps going.
hate it.
I think it's hard to not talk about.
That has dominated most of our lives for the last 7, almost 8 years, is the constant hell carnival ride we've been on politically and in the news cycle.
Can we do your thing?
Yeah, I have a special surprise for you guys.
Excited.
So
it's not a surprise. You told us what it was.
Well, yeah. So we've
it's a surprise for the listeners.
He's going to show us some dick pics, and we have to decide.
No, finally,
we have to guess
which one's his.
Yeah, which
one's his? That's why. Yeah.
I'm really worried that there's going to be a picture of my dick in there, and I'm going to be like, "How did you get this?" I only sent this to 100,000 people.
Yeah. I mean, I know how I got it. You sent it to me.
Every woman on Tinder. That's how I get dates.
So we've touched on a couple of tech innovations that have happened. A big one, recent one, is the rise of artificial intelligence. These large-scale learning language models like Chat GPT that you essentially feed information and contextual data into, and it spits out bona fide works of art. So to embrace the future, I have decided to input everything I know about you guys into Chat GPT and I asked it to spit out our first ever episode script.
Ooh.
Now, before we get into it, because we are going to do a read through of this script.
I have a feeling it's going to be really mean, and I'm not really looking forward to this.
Jim would never. Jim's our friend. He's the nicest. You know, he's the nicest guy on the podcast.
He's the nicest guy on the podcast who is secretly the most passive aggressive person I've ever met in my entire life.
So let me tell you what I told the AI about you guys in order to like really nail your on-air personas.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to guess that after.
Oh, that would be fun.
No. I'm going to tell. Oh, do you want to wait till after?
Yeah. Let's guess our traits afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So, one thing I forgot to do when I was prompting the Chat GPT was to tell it the name of the podcast. So it has come up with its own podcast name.
All right.
So, without further ado, I don't know if you guys have opened it, opened up the script yet.
Yep, I have it open.
Where is it?
All right, I'll open it now.
It's on the drive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna kick us off here. It does have some like tone guides here, like describing how you're talking. So, read that. Try to embrace it if you can. All right, I'm gonna kick us off.
This is a great name for a podcast.
Yeah, brave listeners, as we revel in our 400th episode.
I'm sorry, you're supposed to be saying this in a deep voice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. On. Brave listeners, as we revel in our 400th episode, welcome to Final Banterisy 8, The Chronicles of Laughter. Our laughter-filled odyssey through the whimsical realms of Final Fantasy continues.
And brace yourselves for more peanut butter conspiracies, dear audience. They're trickier to unravel than navigating through 400 layers of a labyrinthine dungeon.
In this jubilant celebration, where chocobos dance in elation, our podcast echoes with tales of humor, lost cowboys, ethereal relations, and unexpected surprises.
It said you were supposed to
give me the sloop.
I did my best.
Our adventure. Beep boop, give me the sloop. Our adventure delves into the heart of Balam Garden, exploring wild dog conspiracies, existential musings, and the legacy of fallen comrades.
I also had the AI put in some, let us know when we're shifting segments. So this next segment is called Character Chronicles, an Epic Symphony of Quirks. Amidst our jubilation, let's delve into the labyrinth of Squall Leonhardt's psyche, our enigmatic protagonist. His brooding demeanor and that iconic jacket, a fashion statement worthy of a 400-episode celebration.
And Zell's hot dog love. It's a romance as heated as my fear of wild dog conspiracies.
Squall's heart, a melody unsung, in the grand symphony of destiny, where tales of love and lunacy are strung.
Speaking of symphonies, did anyone compose a rock ballad for the triple triad matches? I'm thinking power chords for every card flip.
Boy, I'm gonna go ahead and just guess now that one of Johnny's traits that he put in was fat guy.
Well, we'll see.
The love ballad continues. Vanessa and Squall's ghostly waltz.
Oh, Squall, like moonlit dreams you soar in my spectral world, a love to explore. The dance of spirits, our connection grows, even if you can't feel me in the ghostly throes.
Vanessa, your love for Squall is reaching legendary status. I thought ghosts were more into haunting than romance. I feel like my lines need a laugh track at the end.
Yeah, it's true. You're kind of the Seinfeld of this podcast.
He's kind of the Leno of this podcast.
Yeah.
Ghost or not, in Squall's gaze, an ethereal spark, like love's sweet whisper in the dark.
Wow, Vanessa likes ghosts a lot more in this version of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with ghosts, famously.
This next segment, called Wild Dog Conspiracy Unleashed Extended Edition. The reason it says Extended Edition is because I kept having to tell it to make the scripts longer, because they were only like a few paragraphs long, so I had to be like, no, this needs to be twice as long. And then it was this needs to be like God, 5 times
This is 7 fucking pages. Hear me out, comrades. What if the wild dogs orchestrated time compression, plotting to disrupt our peanut butter timeline? It's a theory within a theory within a theory, and maybe a side quest?
Matt, your theories are wilder than a Tonberry's midnight stroll. Let's not forget that Final Fantasy has its own peculiar logic.
The enigmatic ending explored.
Oh, you go.
A journey into the abyss.
Explored a journey into the abyss.
The enigmatic ending explored a journey into the abyss. Time to dissect that labyrinthine ending where time and space intertwine like Moogle mischief on a cosmic scale. It's like Shakespeare met H.P. Lovecraft in a Square Enix fever dream.
Time's embrace, a labyrinthine waltz in Final Fantasy realms where destinies enthrall.
Seriously, who else felt like they needed a dissertation in time travel to fully grasp the intricacies of that ending? Square Enix turned the narrative into a puzzle more intricate than mastering the Onion Knight job class.
Z-Snap. You should be Z-Snapping after that.
I should.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I need a laugh track.
Uh-oh. Ghostly Revelations continue. Extended edition.
In revelations profound, like echoes in the breeze, the ghostly heart finds solace in Final Fantasy seas.
Beep boop, give me the scoop on Vanessa's ghostly confessions. Love transcends life and death, but can it survive a JRPG plot twist?
This next one, interpersonal drama unveiled, the ghost of Chad. As we traverse the ethereal realms of Final Fantasy, let's pause to remember our fallen comrade, Chad, the Rootin Tootin' Cowboy.
That says
Tragically,
Rootin' Cowboy.
It does say, Chad, the Rootin Rootin' Cowboy. Tragically, he met his demise stomped to death by overzealous fans after a live show.
Chad's departure has left a rootin' hole in our hearts. May his cowboy spirit rest in podcasting peace.
A cowboy's echo, a rootin' tale, in Final Fantasy's embrace, where laughter and sorrow set sail.
Chad, you rootin' legend. May the Wild West of the afterlife be filled with endless laughter.
Why are you doing voices now?
I don't know. He seems...
You're supposed to be reflective.
Oh, sorry. Chad,
contemplative.
Rootin' legend. May the Wild West of the afterlife be filled with endless laughter.
Host dynamics unveiled, the ghostly triangle. The loss of Chad has cast a spectral shadow over our lively banter. Vanessa, Johnny, how are you coping with the cowboy-shaped void in our podcasting posse?
In the ghostly realm where spirits play, Chad's laughter echoes in our podcast day.
Chad's rootin' presence is irreplaceable, like a chocobo with square eggs. We miss you, partner.
What does that mean?
Speaking of roots, I may have a root problem of my own. I've pooped my pants. Sorry, Chad, it's not as glamorous as rootin', but it happened.
Vanessa's haunting revelation, the unearthly trombone. Amidst the laughter and the revelations, an otherworldly specter arises. Vanessa, it seems there is a haunting secret from the past. Johnny, did you have a hand in Vanessa's demise? Vanessa's a ghost, I should probably say that.
Johnny, you, the one I trusted? Say it ain't so.
Oh, well, you see, Vanessa, it was during that fateful fat guy trombone incident. I may have unintentionally caused you your demise.
So it was you who silenced my spectral trombone. I thought it was the wild dogs or some peanut butter-fueled conspiracy.
I didn't mean for it to go that far. It was all in good fun. Or at least, that was the intention. Tuba, Jim. Tuba!
Guys, can we not fight? I've got a bit of a mess going on back here.
Vanessa's ghostly anguish, the spectral confrontation.
In trombone echoes, in spectral strife, Johnny's confession a haunting knife. Betrayed by a friend, a ghostly tale unfolds in the ethereal realm where despair molds.
Johnny, you've got some explaining to do. Vanessa trusted you, and now the podcast is haunted by trombone-infused sorrow.
Look, I never meant for it to go this far. It was just a prank, you know? A misguided attempt at humor.
Speaking of pranks, I may have pulled a prank on myself. It appears I've had a bit of an accident.
The comedy of errors, Matt's pants poopery. Matt, are you telling me you pooped your pants during our 400th episode celebration?
Well, you see, it's just the excitement and the pressure of reaching the milestone. I couldn't contain it.
The podcast's jubilation, a pants poop revelation. Matt's mishap, a comedic deviation.
Beep boop, give me the scoop. Matt, you've added an unexpected twist to our celebration. I'd see that coming, even in a JRPG plot.
Reflections on Matt's mishap, laughter amidst chaos. Matt, this might be the most memorable moment in our podcast history. Pooping pants aside, we're a family and we embrace the unexpected.
In laughter's embrace where chaos gleams, Matt's mishap, a tale for our podcast dreams.
Beep boop, give me the sloop.
What?
Matt, you've given our 400th episode a comedic legacy. Who knew reaching this milestone would involve pants pooping?
400th episode reflection, a trip down memory lane, part 2.
Well, here's to the unexpected twists, wild theories, and yes, even pants pooping. 400 episodes, and we're still going strong.
It's the unpredictability that makes our podcast special. Let's toast to many more episodes filled with laughter and unexpected surprises.
Farewell, dear gestures, until laughter reunites in realms where joy ignites.
Beep boop, give me the sloop. Here's to 400 episodes and beyond, where laughter continues to be our guiding light.
Darkness descends, the unexpected possession. As we raise our glasses to laughter, a shadow descends upon our celebration. Johnny, are you feeling all right?
Oh, I'm feeling more than all right, Jim. I'm feeling positively devilish.
Johnny, what's happening? Your tone is sending spectral shivers down my non-existent spine.
Fear not, my dear hosts, for you are in the presence of a being far more powerful than any JRPG villain, Satan himself!
Satan? Like the devil? Did we accidentally summon him during the podcast?
Oh, no accidents here. I've willingly embraced the infernal embrace of the underworld.
Why
The
is this
devil's
still going
banter.
on? We wrapped up
Johnny's
the podcast.
possession. Johnny, this isn't some elaborate prank, is it? We're all just trying to celebrate our 400th episode here.
Oh, celebrate? Bah! I've grown tired of your mortal celebrations. It's time for a podcast episode that transcends the realms of comedy and plunges into the abyss of darkness.
In the podcast shadows, where darkness looms, a devil's laughter, a host's impending doom.
Can we call an exorcist or something? I didn't sign up for demonic possession during our podcast celebration.
There's no escape, my foolish mortals. Prepare yourself for a podcasting experience that will send chills down your spine.
The Devil's Revelry, Johnny's dark monologue. Johnny, you may be possessed by Satan, but this is still our podcast. We won't let you turn it into a demonic carnival.
In the devil's grasp where shadows dance, our podcast's fate will reclaim through chance.
Can we at least negotiate with Satan? Can we at least negotiate with Satan for a less ominous podcast theme? Maybe something involving unicorns and rainbows.
Negotiate. There's no negotiating with the Prince of Darkness. Prepare for a descent into podcasting pandemonium.
An unexpected turn, the possessed banter. We may be in the presence of Satan, but our laughter will prevail. Listeners, hold on to your ethereal hats, for final banterisy takes an unexpected turn into the depths of devilish banter. Dark banter, Satan's twisted tales.
Welcome, dear listeners, to the darkest episode of Final Bantersy. Today we delve into the twisted tales of the Inferno, where laughter takes a diabolical turn.
Our banter may be possessed, but we won't let it be extinguished by demonic forces. Stay tuned as we navigate the Devil's Labyrinth with humor as our guiding light. Wow, that certainly was an unexpected twist in our 400th episode. Satan's possession and all.
I never thought I'd say this, but can we go back to discussing Final Fantasy and avoid summoning Satan in future episodes?
In podcast realms where shadows dance, Satan's visit a twist enhanced.
Beep boop, give me the sloop. I'm going to take the devil for a spin, but nothing can break the bonds of our friendship.
Reflecting on friendship, a banterisy bond. As we wrap up this roller coaster of an episode, let's take a moment to reflect on the true magic that makes Final Banterisy special. Our friendship.
Despite the chaos, the wild theories, and the pants pooping, we've stuck together for 400 episodes, and that's no small feat.
In laughter's embrace where bonds entwine, friends in final banterisy, an alliance divine.
Beep boop, give me the sloop. We've weathered wild dog conspiracies, ghostly love affairs, demonic possessions, and yes, even pants pooping. But through it all, our camaraderie remains unbreakable.
The essence of banterisy, a friendship encore. To all our listeners, thank you for joining us on this laughter-filled journey through Final Banterisy. Your support and laughter have fueled our adventures, and we're grateful for each and every one of you.
And to Chad, the Rootin Rootin Cowboy, wherever you are in the afterlife, your laughter echoes in our podcasting hearts.
Farewell, dear gestures, in realms of mirth, where laughter echoes, friendship's birth.
Beep boop, give me the sloop. Here's to more episodes, more laughter, and more unexpected twists. Final Banterisy will continue, and our friendship will endure.
And scene.
Boy.
Good job, everyone.
Amazing.
All right, I assume one of my character points was that I murdered Vanessa for playing not the tuba, but the trombone at me in Fallout 76.
Yes.
So
That is
I'm going to
correct.
guess that for John, you referred to him as robotic, and that for me, you referred to me as nervous or anxiety.
No,
ridden?
so
because every single
what
one
I-
of my lines said nervously. Also,
Or
obviously
panicked.
you had to bring up hot dogs, which this turned into wild dogs for the most part. Very strange.
No, so what I told the AI was what I
let me
know
make my
about you, which is
guesses.
one. Oh, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
You said I was a ghost that didn't know I was a ghost, and that I rhyme all the time. And
All right. Okay. What else?
uh,
Anything else?
I guess that I'm romantic, or I fall in love with the video game characters.
Yeah. So for Vanessa, I said that she was a ghost who, yes, was murdered by Johnny, and that she was cursed to only be able to speak in rhymes.
Oh.
For Johnny, I said that you're a champion competitive eater who is and also a failed 90s stand-up comedian whose catchphrase was beat boop gimme the sloop. And Matt, I said that you were obsessed with Peter Pan peanut butter and you were convinced that a cabal of wild dogs was plotting to murder you.
Yeah, so just like the normal things about us.
Yeah. And then and I also told it that you have a proclivity, you often poop your pants is what I told it. So
What did you tell it about yourself, Jim?
Handsome,
but
confident
I was
podcast host.
a wildly successful entrepreneur.
So the Satan thing was just invented whole cloth?
No, it gave me most of the script, and then I was trying to think of ways to jazz it up. So I was like, put in a scene where Johnny gets possessed by Satan, and it really ran with that.
I got to say, I think my favorite part was the memories of Chad, the Rootin' Rootin' Cowboy.
Oh yes, I did also tell the AI that we used to have 5 hosts. The other host name was Chad, and he was a Rootin' Rootin' Cowboy, but he was killed when he was stomped to death by listeners.
You should have also had references to the serial killer who used to be our boss.
Oh yeah, maybe for our 800th episode. You know, I gotta say, I think that basically everything I enjoyed about that came from Jim and not from the AI itself.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. AI is,
His
it's
clear
a tool,
typo
guys.
of Rootin' Cowboy and not Rootin' Tootin'
Yeah,
Cowboy.
yeah. I meant to put Johnny's catchphrase is beat boop gimme the scoop, but I accidentally put in gimme the sloop, and so I left it in there.
It did say scoop once though, right?
It said scoop a couple times, but in the prompt it said sloop, and I just decided to leave it in there.
I love beep boop, give me the sloop.
I kind of wish this was our podcast. You guys ready to rebrand
Yeah.
as Final Banter?
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
We play bizarre characters.
Oh, thank you for indulging me.
Oh, one more question, Jim? Did you, as part of your prompt for yourself, tell it to make you the worst actor that anybody's ever seen in the history of the world?
Wow, what's that all
Yes.
about?
No, I brought that to the character myself.
That was fun.
Good times. Happy 400th episode, guys.
Yeah.
Happy 400th to you. Happy
Here's to 400 more.
to
200.
me.
All right, so who is a dream guest in the next 400 episodes that you would like to have on to the podcast?
Ooh,
My
great
dream
question.
guest is the 3 of you. I love talking to you.
Aw.
I don't want to talk
That's
to
a
some
shitty
fucking
answer.
stranger.
That's a shitty answer.
I'm busy. I don't have time. I'm booked.
Okay, fine. Paul. We're going to do a whole season about PUBG.
And about not Paul pretending to be Paul. One of the best things that's ever happened while we were playing games.
Yeah. Incidentally,
That's right.
my dream guest
Yeah,
is
I'm
not Paul.
Who's your dream guest?
LeVar Burton?
Oh, he died.
Matt, you can't say things like that.
Wish it, want it, do it.
No.
Wow.
He'll outlive
fake
us
news.
all. He's so healthy and positive.
Fine. Barack Obama.
Wow, you just killing black people here?
No, I was saying as my dream guest.
Oh, okay.
I'd like
Please do not mistake me as threatening the life of a former president. I don't need Secret Service kicking my door in again.
I'd like a guest who, could bring maybe an international perspective. So maybe
Gross.
someone who's like funny and very into video games and from the United Kingdom and has
Oh,
appeared on
God.
Taskmaster.
Oh my god.
Is that
Who are you talking about?
Master?
That was too many questions at once for me to process. Please go one at a time.
Alan Cumming.
Alan
James
Cumming has
Acaster.
not been on Taskmaster, but I would happily accept him as a guest. Johnny, what is your question?
James Acaster, question mark?
I don't know if James Acaster... No, he must be into video games because he did an excellent recreation of Grand Theft Auto for the show.
It's not exactly a deep pull. He wasn't
Yeah.
getting near Automata.
Yeah. Every fucking douchebag has played Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I guess that's true. There must be someone who's like into the fringe stuff, Like, I don't know.
So which Taskmaster person likes video games?
I don't know.
Catherine Ryan.
I guess that's my mission, to find out which Taskmaster person likes video games. Maybe Jim can ask AI for us.
Yeah, that's something we should have mentioned up front, is that I feel like during the run of the show is when Vanessa's brain was overtaken by Taskmaster.
100% it was. I can tell you exactly when it
Mm-hmm.
happened. It was January of last year.
I always think it's fun to
Wow, is
remember
it-
how Vanessa was not on the first season of the show and bullied her way on. And I very much
wanted
was
to
like,
have
all
a
right,
late-
we'll give this a try for a season.
I wanted to have a lady on the
fair.
show because 3 dudes
Yeah.
is too podcast too podcasty.
I guess
to be
we can
fair
finally-
to Matthew, by the end of that first season of Secret of Man, I was like, yeah, she got to stay. We can't let her go.
The way I remember
think,
it is
it's-
I was going to let you guys do a season, see if you were any good at it. And if you were, I would
Oh.
consent to guesting
We
for a
weren't.
season and see if I liked it.
We weren't.
I
but
think
you
we
did
can
anyway.
finally on our 400th episode finally tell Vanessa, you're off your probationary period.
Oh,
You're
that's
finally
great.
a real host
And that's
of the
because
show.
we are
Wow.
letting you go.
Oh.
What?
Vanessa, we're not hiring.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately,
We'll
we
pass.
have proffered an offer to Catherine Ryan, and she has agreed to be on the show.
Yeah, I understand you can't have more than one girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They'll
then your
they'll
cycles
fight.
will get all synced up.
We'll become too powerful.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll form a voting coalition.
The listeners will start calling one of you a Mary Sue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
And it's going to be me because I am good at everything.
a real Bianca.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a great 400 episodes. I'm excited for more. Thanks, listeners, especially for coming with us on this fun. What did the AI call it? I don't know. Some fun, laughter-filled journey.
Mm-hmm. Beep boop. Give me the sloop.
I'm really fucking nervous about this.
I
Are the
pooped
listeners
my
going to like this
pants.
episode?
400 episodes. Here's to more. And if not, I'll walk you out the door. Those were obvious rhymes. I could do better. But, save it for the real show.
Goodbye, Goodbye, listeners. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. We did it.